Hello geeks and welcome back to Explain 11. Today with you with another flight and again starting from Greece, and this time I am in the south of Greece in Creta island, and in particular in Chania International Airport. And again we're going to take this beautiful bird, the 737-800, under the Ryanair livery, and flying with the ZIBO mode. The 737-800 is the ZIBO mode for Explain 11, the freeware, this amazing airplane that we flew the first time as well, going from Thessaloniki to Athens. And we're right here on the ramp right now, pretty much loaded. All the passengers are in and ready to go around. Not a lot of stuff are happening right now in Chania. We're offline anyway. The airport is not so active, and I have no mode for extra traffic. But nevertheless, we're ready to jump into the cockpit. And you hear that the cabin music is playing, and we have just a few checklists to run up, and we are almost ready to push back. So if we go here, let's signal, let's turn on our anti-collision light to signal that we are ready to go. We're already on APU power, and we are ready for the pushback, and we just have to do our normal before start checklist. So let's bring it here and let's run through the before start checklist. But before we do the before start checklist, sure, okay, have a nice flight. So she is going to close the door for us here, and we're going to go and make an announcement to welcome everybody on board. We forgot to do this the last time, so let's go and let's hear it.
Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. On behalf of all the crew, welcome on board this flight. We expect to be departing on schedule today, and weather en route is looking pretty smooth. Shortly, the cabin crew will be showing you a safety demonstration. This is for your safety and for those around you, so please give them your full attention. Once again, you're all very welcome on board.
So we welcomed everyone on board. This time we're a bit more friendly. Last time I didn't even do it. So let's go and run through our before start checklist. And actually, before the before start checklist, let's go to ground services and prepare for the pushback. So today we're departing.
Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
Wow, this guy's so happy today. Yeah. So okay. So yes. So we want something like this probably, but maybe better to go somewhere like here first. And sorry, we have to delete and delete. So let's go here first, and then let's turn around and go here on the taxiway to keep clear from stand number 4. Normally they would do something like this. Probably it will be a bit strange for the better pushback, but we'll see how it will do it. So this is what we need.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Great news. So my tow is coming. So till the tow is coming, it's here, the tow truck we see it. So let's go through it before such checklist. So the IRS mode selectors are both in nav mode, and we can confirm this, and they're working normally. Gear pins have been removed. Okay, let's check in ground services. Let's remove the chokes, but okay, that's something different. But anyway, light tests, they have been checked. Oxygen has been tested, and 100%. Your damper is on. The non-transfer displays switches are here. Everything is normal, and the sourcing is in auto, so we're good. Fuel we require today. We require today 7.2
Alright,
tons
looks like
of
the doors
fuel,
and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
7.2 tons of fuel. Oh my god, he's talking so loud, this is distracting me. So on board we have 7.2, required 7.2, our alternative today. So, okay, did I tell you where are we going, guys? Okay, so we're going... Okay, let's finish the checklist and I will tell you where we're going. So anyway, we're going to Paphos, actually, in Cyprus, okay? And our block of fuel today is 7.2. The calculated block of fuel is 7.232 actually. And for the alternative, which is in Antalya in the south side of Turkey, we will need 1.8 tons of it, plus our final reserves are at 1.15. So around 3 tons of fuel is our reserves, and the rest is for our flight. And so that's what we have on board, 7.2, 3 of them are for reserves and the alternative airport. The cabin utility, FE, power and everything is on, emergency exit lights is armed, fasten seat belts and all is on, window heat is on, air conditioning, pressurization packs, like, let's check them, like, bleed is auto, valve is open, APU bleed is okay. Packs are auto, so bleeds are on. Pressurization mode selector is on auto. Like the instruments are checked. Auto brake is set to RTO. We can check it right here very quick. Hydraulics are normal. I checked them before. The speed brake is down and detent. Parking brake is set. Stop trim cutout switch is. If we come back here, whoop, they're both set to normal. Wheel well fire warning is checked, radars, radar and everything is set. We just no ATC today, we're flying on flight. Just set the Suda VOR here from Chania, like just to have it as a reference for our seat. The rudder aileron trims are 3 and 0. The PA, we just did it this time. FMC and the CDU is all set. The N1 bugs is correctly set 96.6 for today's takeoff, and the indicated airspeed bugs that we see the V1140 here, they're set correctly. Stub trim is at 6 units and it's set. The EFBs and airplane on stall, fans are off, like cockpit doors is closed and passengers, all doors are closed, passengers are sitting, and that was the first part of the before start checklist. The other one is before we start the engine, so we have the normal checklist here. Pax announcement, we did it, all the doors are okay, whatever this reminder. So we're ready to start, and but before we start, let's check our flight plan for today. So as I told you, we're starting from Chania, from Suda airport, and we're going all the way to Cyprus, to Paphos. We're technically connecting two very big like summer destinations in the south of Greece and in the south of Cyprus as well, and technically like, you know, like bringing tourists back and forth between these two destinations. Expected like flight time for today is 1 hour and 14 minutes, block time of 1 hour 42 minutes, so it will be fairly short flight, and it's actually a real flight. It's a Ryanair flight FR 5085. It's an actual flight, a realistic flight. I love to fly realistically. I try always to find like and I will be always in the future videos or in some live streams, I will be always trying to find some real actual like flight schedules, either from the past or current ones. For example, the Thessaloniki to Athens flight that we did last time, it was a real flight, but it's not operated currently from Ryanair, but actually it was operated at some point, like probably before a year or something, but it stopped recently. So yes, our cruise level, our cruise altitude today is at 290. We can go like to probably this is our max cruise altitude 373, but we're going to 290. Plant fuel 7.2 tell you, reserves at 30, fuel weight 60.7, cost index of 35, transition altitude at 11,000 feet. And let's go now very quickly to the legs here and check, are we in plan mode? Yes, we are in plan mode. So let's go and check. We're going to do out of Suda the Paphos 1 Lima departure. It's not a very complicated one. It's technically this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off from 29, climb all the way to 3,200 feet, then start banking with a 15-degree bank to the right and max 210 knots in this turn. Then we're going to turn all the way back and start heading towards the Suda VOR, which is technically will pass above the airport, and we will target to pass the airport at above 8,000 feet, and from there, when we are above Suda VOR and above 8,000 feet, we're going to turn left to 098 and follow this track, this 098 track towards Paphos, and try to pass Paphos at above 9,000 feet, and then just continue to the Juliet 65. The Juliet 65 like airway. So if we check here, we're starting, you see the first waypoint is a virtual waypoint that FMC set at 3,200 feet. This is our mark, and from there we're starting our turn towards Suda. You see the turn, and we're at direction 133, seems about correct. and we have the restriction of above 3,200 for this first point, above 8,000 for Suda VOR, and above 9,000 for Paphos VOR. So everything is set correctly here, and the 98 degrees like track towards Paphos is correct. And then we're going to the Juliet 65 and continuing our plan and all the way to flight level 290. We're going to do some like pass through some VORs like above Creta, so let's say Chania, you see, and then we're going above, fly above the South Aegean Sea, the Southeast Mediterranean Sea, sorry, not the Aegean Sea, so Lapson, Nipi, Sperim, Paxos, Ulfit, Tosca, Tobal, and then now in Paphos is very unique, let's say not very unique, but it's a bit different. We are not going to do a certain star in Paphos, rather we're just going to go straight to the approach plate here, and we're going to do the ILS X-ray approach to runway 29, which requires us to pass above the Paphos VOR, so which is above the airport. Then above the airport, when we're passing the Paphos VOR, we're going to go to turn to a 126 degree track towards to a distance outbound from the Paphos VOR, and then continue having this for 9 miles DME, and from 9 miles DME from Paphos, and at this track we're going to start turning left and try to intercept the localizer and the glide slope for the ILS for the approach for the 29 runway 29 in Paphos. And so it's very simple approach, no specifics, just to confirm that everything is okay here, that everything is okay. So if we see here, let me zoom in to understand what is happening. So yes, here is Paphos. This is let's say the not the initial approach fix, but it's the fix before to start the approach plate. So like this, and then we're going to Paphos 09, which is like 10 nautical miles, 9 to 10, let's say. Okay, and we're going to pass this with a speed below 210 and 2,500 below. There are no like altitude restrictions here. Nevertheless, there is the max. No, it's not here. The minimum. Yes, actually it is. The max speed is 210. Minimum height is 4,000. But since we'll be in the approach, we're going below the minimum height anyway. Okay then, anyway, we are going to discuss the details about it while we are en route. The point is that this is a very simple like approach into Paphos. It's set correctly here in the FMC, so we're all good. I show you what I wanted to show you, so you have an idea of what is happening. So pretty much that's it. We're all set and we're ready to push back. So before we push back, let's do the second part of the before start checklist, and then we're pushing back. Air condition packs are coming off and the collision light is on already. So let's turn off the air condition packs. And the collision light is on, parking brake, and transporter is going to alt off. 4700 our transporter for today, so we're good here. And let's unset the parking brake, and we will start getting pushed
Here
back.
comes the pushback. Light them up.
Okay, light them up. That's very good. So let's put this back, and we're ready to start like our engines. So we're starting engine number 2, and it goes to ground. Sorry, opposite. Here it goes to ground and to rotation. We're gonna light up here this from inside and check the number 1 engine from outside to see how wonderfully these engines are starting. We're looking for 25% of N2, and then we're just gonna add the fuel in the mix. 25%, and fuel comes in all the way. EGT rising, fuel flow, and N1 rotation. We're starting good. Start switch went to auto. 16, we're waiting for it, sorry. 20% on 1, yes. 400 degrees EGT, 60% and 2. 0.3 in fuel flow, we had a good start in engine number 2. Okay, and we'll wait till the guys here like are finishing with the pushback, and then we're going to go and start our number 1 engine. So yeah, so now we're going. Also, let's do a very brief taxi briefing. So we're here on the ramp in front of us. We're just sitting on like taxiway mic. So it's very simple. Like Chania airport is very small, so we're just going to go straight on mic, right on echo, left on November, then take all the way.
Just about done
November.
here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Okay, setting the parking brake, and you may remove the tow.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Sure. And so again, I was telling you, straight mic, right echo, left November, and then like right on alpha, and line up with runway 29, and just like get off here. It's a bit confusing here. If you see disconnected hand signals here, the guys, right? It's a bit confusing here because the taxiway November at some point is the markings become like a runway markings, and here is a military like ramp of the airport, because it's like it's a civil and a military airport at the same time, double purpose airport. A lot of like actually like how to say, a lot of like peripheral airports in Greece are like military.
And we're disconnected.
And,
Signal and pin on
civilians.
the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Thank you for the pushback, and see you next time. Bye. So we're just going to wait for the signal on the left. Meanwhile, let's go and start engine number 1. Okay, so engine number 1 is started as well. The guy saw the hand signals and he just left probably. So we had the bypass pin there, we saw it supposedly, so we're ready now to set our flaps to 5. So 1, 2, 3 notches down, and we're ready to do our like before taxi checklist. But before we do it, let me open the packs as well, because passengers are going to like yes, it already went to 30 degrees immediately. It's very hot outside. It's a very hot evening here in Chania. Summery evening. Let's turn on the generators as well. Turn off the APU. Start the prop hits. Okay, gens are looking okay to me. And now we're ready for like checklist. So like generators on. APU is off, start switches are going to continue, so we forgot about them. And the ES is not needed. It's like we have like true temperature at like 31 degrees, plus 31 of course. Air condition, like packs are auto and bleeds are on. The APU bleeds off, of course. Isolation valve is in auto. Let's double check this. Yes, it's in auto. Flaps are like 5 required and 5 selected and green light. Stop trim 6 units and set. Start levers are idle and detent. Flight control, so yes, we should check, and we have the recall button as well, and this will be it. So let's do the flight controls here. Oops, it's here in the system page. So I got left, center, right, center, full forward, full back, and here comes the rudders. Left rudder, right rudder. So flight controls free and correct. Recall button all good, and before taxi checklist is complete. Lower DU goes to blank. This goes to taxi. We're opening taxi lights and the runway turn off lights as well. So we're already taxiing to 09. A bit slow here. I guess this is taxiway Echo, correct? So we're going to turn right here. Let's turn on actually the cabin lights to take off here to prepare this. So small takeoff briefing. So we're going to depart 29, and as we saw, we're going to climb to 3,200, then start turning right towards the ZIBO. Max 15 degrees bank angle. So let's set this here on the MCP so that it will not go more than 15 degrees, and max at 210 knots. So we're not gonna bug up initially for more than 210 knots. And as we're passing ZIBO, we're going to turn left to 098 and go towards Paphos VOR, and from there continue on our way. Okay, and since we are number one for departure, let's go ahead and do our before taxi and before takeoff checklist. So let's do like a configuration test, like no config warnings. We're all set for takeoff, and let's let the cabin know that we're ready to go, and with a wing light here, and
the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Let's set our weather radar on. So weather radar is on for me. For the first officer stays for the terrain. Usually the first officer checks for the terrain. I bet this is not taxiway alpha, but nevertheless. Here it gets a bit like uphill, so we will need to give some power, because we will lose our momentum here. We're losing it. And I think everything else is set and secured. Let's do, yes, ATC we don't need to contact. The lights are gonna come off like later on, the strobes and the landing lights. Auto throttle is set. Everything is set in the MCP actually. The weather radar is on. Transponder goes to T area. Let's do this now actually, because we'll forget it after. We have to put our chrono as well, and we just have to do the yacht checklist. We're almost at the run. We have to turn right here on Alpha and we'll be there. So let's do our before takeoff checklist right now. Config checked, flaps green light, 5 green lights, stop trim, 6 units set, takeoff briefing is reviewed, cabin is secure, MCP set, transponder the area, strobe lights and landing lights will come on right now. We have the clearance like this. Before takeoff checklist is complete. And we're ready to get out of here and say bye-bye to Chania. Almost at the runway. Let's set up our chrono and let's do a rolling takeoff this time. Okay, so as we're turning up here, we're not going to stop. We're just gonna go like 40% N1
on runway 29.
Check. Okay, let's line up. They're spooling correctly, and toga, and let's go. Forward pressure till 80 knots. Takeoff thrust is set. Airspeed is alive. 80 knots. Check. Release forward pressure. We have slight side wind from the right side. We're struggling a bit now to stay on the line, but we're good.
V1 1, rotate.
Rotate.
Positive.
Whoa, gear up. Gear is coming up. And we're following the flight director. Let's kind of fly the approach till we make the full turn. 400. And let's back up the speed to 210.
1,000.
1000 check. Flaps 1. Okay, we're with the MCP right now, speed. Going good. This comes off, this comes off. Okay, we need to start going a bit up to cross at 3200. Okay, these are coming to auto. We're good here, these are coming off. We're going to turn max 15 degrees. Okay, we're above 3200, definitely. So we're good. Chania has a lot of high ground around, that's why we're like required to climb so fast. We're doing 3000 feet per minute. Somewhere here our turn should start. Yep. So let's go slowly our turn. We're right on the money now. We're right on the money. Just to take the outside view, you know, I just missed a bit the flight director, but we're coming back on track here. We're right. We're doing good. We're speeding just a bit, but it compensates right now. And let's say bye-bye to Creta. In terms of vertical profile, we're going very good. We're above 8,000, that was the restriction for Suda. We're above 9,000, which was a restriction for the Paphos VR, so we're good. We're right on the turn. And we didn't even exceed the 15 degrees. We're like at 12, 13 degrees of bang angle. And now we're just going to straight up a bit. And after this, we're going to go to our after takeoff and the pre-cruise checklists. Set the autopilot, of course. Come on, now we should start lining up. Yep. Lining up here, lining up here. Such a joy to fly the ZIBO 737. Such a joy to fly, really. Okay, somewhere around here, above the transition altitude, so we're doing good. Here, and we're good. Let's release everything and set the autopilot. Autopilot is set. Whew, that was a very nice hidden flying of the of the departure. I loved it. And let's go ahead and first of all turn off the landing lights. Release the cabin and the seatbelts, and let's check our cabin pressure. It's at 5 right now, the difference, and capping at 2, so we're good. Pressurization is on auto, APU bleed is off. Okay, these are all checked, so we're good. Let's check our recall pattern. Good. And let's check the after takeoff checklist. We forgot anything. Air condition, pressurization set and checked. Engine start switches are on. Auto landing gear is up and off. Auto brake is off. Flaps Oh, we forgot about one. Oh my god, let's hope that I didn't crash my flaps. But we're on 210, so we're in the flaps up speed, so we're good. So let's go ahead and back up now to 250 and actually set the VNAV. Okay, I took this turn with the flaps. Actually, it's needed, so it's good. So flaps are like up and no lights. Checklists are very useful in case you forget stuff. And the altimeter is set to start and we're above transition level, like so. After takeoff, checklist is complete.
Hello again from the flight deck, your captain speaking. We've just reached our cruise altitude and the seatbelt sign is now off. Feel free to move around the cabin, but we do ask if you are in your seat that you do keep your seatbelt loosely fastened in case we do experience any unexpected turbulence. Otherwise, invite you to sit back, relax and enjoy the flight.
We are about 15 miles from our top of descent, and it was a pretty uneventful flight. We are like already 45 minutes en route, and we are having about half an hour till we land in Paphos. We can already see the distance rigs that I said, and that means that we are approaching the airport. So we're going to go ahead and lower our altitude, and our initial descent altitude will be 10,000 feet. There is no ATC there. We're not following a star. If you remember, we're just going to go straight with the approach, the ILS X-ray approach from runway 29 in Paphos. So it's fairly simple procedure. So the matter right now, the weather in Paphos is like good, I guess. The wind is 280 at 15, so it has a bit of, let's say, we will have a bit of headwind, sidewind, the slight sidewind component. Visibility at 10,000 feet, few at 1,000. So there is a bit of, like, let's say, low visibility at 1,000, but just a few. Temperatures 29 and dew point is at 25, QNH is at 10,004. So the weather is good, a bit windy, so maybe we'll have a bumpy ride this time. Let's go ahead and preset our altimeter to 10,004. We're in a low pressure right now in Paphos, so the plane is already starting descending. You see, like, it's lowering back, and we're on our descent plan already. So let's go ahead also in the performance, and let's change the transitional altitude to 9,000 feet, which is the transition altitude for Paphos, so we get reminded about this on time. And if we go to the approach plate here, let's check there's some general information now that we are descending.
Hello again from the flight deck. We are just commencing our descent. Looks like we'll be landing ahead of schedule, and the weather conditions are looking good at our destination. We'll be touching down in less than 30 minutes, so do make your way back to your seats. Thanks for choosing to fly with us today, and it's been a pleasure having you on board.
Okay, RP is set, so let's go to the approach plate very fast. And okay, so we see that there is a bit of high ground on the north of the airport, and you see that from the north side of it, the northeast side of it, the minimum altitude is at 8,700. Nevertheless, we'll be passing above the airport and going through like the south side, so we're the minimum like altitude will be somewhere 4,000, 2,600. So we're going to go to this to cross, as we said, to cross the Paphos airport, go to 126 outbound till like 9 miles distance, and then start turning right left. So sorry to intercept the localizer, and then move a bit to intercept the light slope as well. The airport elevation is at 32 feet, so it's like close to the sea level. The localizer frequency is 180.9, so we're going to go and set this to 108.9. That's the ILS frequency for the 108.9 for Paphos. 108.9. The final approach course is at 286. So so we're going to set this at 86. We took off from runway 29 and we're landing in a runway 29. This is very interesting, this thing. The glide slope, it says here 1045, but I see here that the intercept is at 2000, and it's a mandatory 2000 till we intercept the glide slope. So we're going to hold 2000 till our glide slope is alive, and then we're just gonna arm the approach. Probably we are going to catch it earlier, but nevertheless. Descent altitude is at the descent angle is at 3 degrees, and the minimums is for category A, B and C. For the ILS, for fully operational ILS, is at 232 feet, and the RVR is 10,000 today, so we're good 232 feet. So we're gonna go ahead and set this here 232. Let's put it to 250, just to be a bit above minimums when we hear the call out. 250, we're good. And let's go ahead and do the the landing speed calculations, so the performance calculation for it. So we are right now, we're planned to land with 3.8, we're at 4.2 quantity of fuel, so we're going to lose 0.4 more. And here we have 64.9, 64.5 we're going to land with. So let's go very fast here, and let's do the approach and runway 29 with flaps 30. Everything else is okay. Here it is 280 at 15. This is 29. This is 10004. This is, we said 64.5. And a VREF of 5, and we're gonna need probably auto brake 3, because it's not a very big runway. With auto brake 3 we're going 1868 feet, so we're gonna set this here to number 3, and we're gonna go here and put our landing weight, so it will be 64.5. Add it here, so we take the speed here, so flaps 30 and VREF of 147. This is correctly set, and we're good here. Let's open the Avid app here again and check the airport. So 1000, how much we said? 1868 for Paphos airport. This is 2699, 2700. So yeah, I guess if we miss here, I guess the procedure is we're turning right, the terminals on the left, but whatever we do, we're either exiting through Charlie or through Alpha, then going back to Bravo, then Charlie, and then cross again anyway. So that's the procedure. If we miss Charlie here, to turn left actually, so we're going to go all the way down. And maybe actually that would be a better way, to just go with 2 and go all the way down to the end of the runway, which will be 2407. It's to the limit, so let's go with brakes 3, and let's go to check the descent procedure, because there will be sidewind as well, so I don't know where the touchdown will be. Difference is at 4.9, and coming altitude is descending, and our landing altitude is at 50, so we're good. And anti-ice is off, is not needed. Approach brief and fuel, we just discussed it. We're landing with 3.8 tons of fuel. 3 is our reserves. We're burning 700 for 15 minutes, so we will have, if we miss, we will have one more chance, and then we'll have to see if we have to go to our alternative or no. Let's put this here because we are approaching, and the speed and altitude bags are set. Let's put this all the way to 2500 actually, so we can continue. Let's say we're cleared. Here is Cyprus. We see the south side of Cyprus. Let's put our cabin lighting for now, yes, so we don't have it for later. And like that, we did the PAX announcement for the descent. That's a 10-mile marker here, but we have to pass the airport and then turn around. Track required right now. We're trying to slow down. The plane is trying to slow down actually. And we're... Now we should change this at 9,000 feet. I think I changed this, but nevertheless, let's check. Let's check the... performance. I see transition altitude 9,000 feet. Nevertheless, let's leave it like that till 9,000 feet. Let's open the landing lights since we're ready to pass 10,000 feet and put our seatbelt signs on. And call the flight attendants.
To ask you to return to your seats and ensure your seatbelts are securely fastened. There should be no more further walking or standing in the cabin aisle, and the use of the toilet is no longer permitted. Thank you.
Yeah, we heard the announcement very briefly. Now we're here stopping a bit at 10,000, slowing down our descent. Probably we went too fast. But we are on our right on our descent profile, so we're good. And the yacht checklist for approach. Let's do this also. The altimeters, the altitude instruments are set, and cross check. The altitude is set here to 2,500, which will be the local. Actually, the glide slope intercept would be 2,000, right? We have to maintain 2,500 though, and mandatory 2,000. Yes, okay, so 2,500 because that's what we have to maintain. Okay, they're cross-checked and approach aids are checked and set. So we still have no okay, we passed 9,000 also. We have no indication of the ILS in Paphos, but we will find it. Contact ATC. We don't need it. Let's leave this after because we'll call them later on. Let's put the turn off lights as well, since we're descending. Okay, here it is, the ILS. I see it actually. It's here. It's registering normally. So we have this and it's set. So we're good to go. I'm gonna go with level change to 210. This is the maximum for the sector, as we're reading the approach plate. Max 210. I don't know if it's just for the holding or for here, or it's for the entire sector in general. But I'm gonna hold 210 anyway. We want to go low and slow. Okay, this is for later. We just need this now. We're just coming here just above the airport. And let's go flaps 1. Let's start preparing slowly. Okay, so we're turning now to the left to capture the 098 outbound. I guess. Let's hope that we're doing this. Yep, we should be doing it. So we're going out in the sea and then we're just gonna turn left. What is the Paphos VOR? 117.9. Let's just put now the VOR. It's a bit late, but let's just put so I can check the distance. 2.1, 2.2. Okay, we will need both ILSs for the category 3. So let's leave the ILS. Just in case to have the backup as the backup the distance. I see that the that the localizer Diamond is over there ready to be armed. For sure we will lose this and we will recapture this at the turn. So while we're on the turn, we're right on it, so let's go slow down even more to 190 and let's go flaps 5. Okay, we're right here on our altitude. We still cannot see the airport. Check. Okay, we're like around 3 to 4 minutes from touchdown, so let's go attend button. Prepare the cabin and let's tell them to prepare for landing. Okay, the localizer is alive. We just need the glide slope. We're below the glide slope right now, which is good. Here is the airport in sight. Very clear weather. Glide slope is alive. Let them come down a bit. Let them come down a bit. And arm the approach. And let's put the dual channel and let's go to 160. Flaps 15 and gear down. I should have done gear down first. Let's put this to 286. Our missed approach altitude is at 2000. These are going to continue. This goes here. Everything else looks good. Flap 30. And let's go 147. And landing checklist, start switches, continuous check, recall, checked, speed brake armed, and light green, landing gear down 3 green, auto brake is set, flaps 30 green light, and landing lights are on before landing checklist is complete. Landing 3 is armed, we're stabilized before 1000 feet, so that's good. More stable approach than the last time that I tried this. Now we have this low level of clouds here, that's why it disturbs our visibility, but we're right on the glide slope, we're good. After we pass this, I'm gonna take the plane on 1000. Check, so let it roll down a bit more, and good. Let's set this to 2000.
Approaching 29.
Check my airplane. We have an almost headwind.
400.
We're good.
Approaching minimums. 300.
Very good. Just following the vessel.
Minimums
Landing.
200.
Now I'm just looking at the puppy lights.
100.
Check.
50. 40. 30. 20.
Okay.
10.
Hold it. And we're down. Reversers out. Speed brake up. That was it. Great landing. Thank you. 103 cheese. Minus 210. 80 knots. Check. Reverses in. Manual braking. Okay, and we're gonna go all the way down
3,000 feet remaining.
because we missed the Charlie, so we're going for the Alpha. And turn right all the way back. It's normal. It's a small airport, and we're a big plane for it.
2,000 remaining.
Speed brakes down. There are. Okay, 40.
1,000 remaining.
And let's brake a bit more now. Reduce this to something like 15 to turn around here. Laps up. So we're safe and sound in Cyprus. Let's go ahead and turn off our pitted heat right now. Let's go and start the GPU. So start 1, 2, 3. GPU starting. Okay. So let's turn off our weather radar. Let's turn off the terrain radar here. Let's turn off the brakes, the auto brakes. Landing lights are coming off, of course. The strobe lights should come off. Just go to steady. And the altimeter, the transporter goes to alt off. And we're here. We marshaled ourselves in. We had the auto marshaller as well. So let's turn on the APU, remove the load from the generators, turn off the taxi lights, and let's kill off the engines. 1 and 2. Let's kill the engines and trimmer off. The window heat is coming off. Anti-collision comes off. Fasten seatbelts off, and we're ready to disembark. And that's it. Pumps are coming off. The hydraulic pumps are coming off. Let's put this to APU generator. We have also ground power, so we will be ready to change this pretty soon. Let's turn off the dome light as well, not that we need it so much. And yes, we're here in Paphos. Let's put this on standby. Hope you enjoyed the landings. It was a good landing. For some reason I just rearmed my throttle, repushed my throttle a bit forward after the landing. Hopefully we didn't have any funny situations, but I think I did a good landing actually. I was very happy about it, and in a pretty windy condition. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's switch to the outside mode here. That's you see the hot exhaust from the APU that we just turned off. So let's leave this with this shot here together with a United airplane. For whatever reason, United Boeing 737-800 is in Paphos airport in Cyprus, but yeah, whatever. So hope you enjoyed the flight. We are at safety in Paphos, and thank you for being in another explain video on my channel, and thank you for all the support. If you like this video, hit smash the like button and subscribe to my channel to take all the latest notifications about my activity on your YouTube homepage, and hit the bell button to take these notifications, of course. And yes, I was everyday normal Greek, and you were in another successful virtual Ryanair flight in Explain 11. And guys, I will see you very, very soon. Oh my god, the APU went out and suddenly everything is so quiet. So guys, stay safe out there, and talk to you and see you next time. Bye.